Let's ask singer, rapper, and entrepreneur Ray J and founder of the Shade Room, Angelica Nwandu. Thank you both for being here. Ray J, I want to start with you. I mean, you heard that was a lawyer for one of the alleged victims here saying that she has seen the tape and the stills, and it was a porn. Who do you think you could be, Ray J?
Well, I've been around long enough to know that, when there's smoke, you'll always find fire. And I think that, with the market in our world being so cornered and you have this crew of people at the top who make all the decisions, I think, it's like a house of cards. When one falls, the whole deck comes down. And so I think that we'll be seeing a lot of this. I think we'll be seeing a lot of celebrities. We'll be seeing a lot of people in power either step down or be exposed. And I think that's just where we are in this game. I think a lot of people have a very long success story at times, and then sometimes that fall is harder. I mean, you can't kick everybody down. Everybody's innocent until proven guilty. And so the question is, what do we do now? How do we save the new future? How do we save our future entrepreneurs? What are the roadmaps that we need to put together to not have this happen moving forward?
Yeah, it's interesting, Angelica. The one thing that I was stuck on from that interview with the lawyer was when she said that it was someone more high profile than Diddy. And I'm thinking, like, that's not that many people, Angelica. I mean, like, what do you make of it?
I mean, I think that Diddy has a lot of powerful friends. We've seen his parties. We know that everybody goes. It was the hottest thing for the last 20 years, 20, 30 years. So he does know a lot of people between politicians and people in the music industry, and the entertainment industry in general. So I think that is very plausible. There are tapes that people like myself in media have heard about. I haven't heard of any tapes that had any A-listers bigger than Diddy in them, but I know that there are people in the industry involved in some of these tapes. So, I mean, it's very plausible.
Hey, thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your screen. And don't forget, click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.